In federal court in Richmond today, U.S. District Judge John Gibney Jr. officially approved a $2 billion settlement between Virginia and the federal government. That settlement will shake up the way the state cares for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. CBS 6's Rob Cardwell has been following this story now for months and read over that 56-page ruling released this morning and has an update for us. Rob?
Well, Cheryl, what this tells us is that the state will provide over 4,000 Medicaid waivers for people with profoundly severe disabilities, giving them the money and support to live in group community homes instead of one of the 5 state-run training facilities. Now, those training centers are large hospital-like facilities built to house hundreds of people with intellectual disabilities like Down syndrome and severe autism, and people with developmental disabilities that keep them from taking care of themselves. The Department of Justice believes that the hospitals are a direct violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, that the unjustified segregation of persons with disabilities is a form of discrimination. Now, the state agreed, approving of a preferred method of care of many health providers, that these disabled people should be allowed to live in a community setting. The solution will come through Medicaid waivers, funded by both the feds and the state government. Virginia's problem, you see here, was that it was spending so much money on those training centers, it had very little left over for waivers. Now, it's unlikely the Commonwealth can afford to operate 5 training centers while funding Medicaid waivers at the same time. However, the Commonwealth can possibly keep one open and maybe consolidate its operations there. That's up to the Virginia General Assembly to decide. Some family members of disabled persons being housed in those training centers actually tried fighting this settlement, believing that those hospitals offered them the best environment for their family members. The $2 billion settlement and the waivers will provide assistance to families who choose to have disabled people live in their homes or in those group homes. And by the way, Governor Bob McDonnell just released a statement this morning about this decision, saying in part, Cheryl, that Judge Gibney's approval of the settlement is a significant step forward for all Virginians with developmental disabilities. Cheryl?
All right. Thank you so much. Will Mayor